Okay, everyone, this is my spoiler review of X-Men, the animated series, Season 5, Episode 8, Hidden Agendas. This originally came out September 13th, 1997. Before I jump into my review, hit that sub button so you don't miss one of my reviews of this show. I'm almost completed every single episode, and I'll also be doing X-Men 97, so you're not going to want to miss that. So we open this episode in Kentucky where this mine collapses, and we meet Sam Guthrie, aka Cannonball, and he saves his own father. He saves other miners. Now, this character of Sam Guthrie in this show looks straight out of King of the Hill. And we see that the villain in this episode, you could tell right away, is Mr. Kirkland, who shows up just by the music. And he's trying to recruit him for the Mutant Peace Corps. Now, this will cut to Rogue and Gambit together. And Gambit, unfortunately, is still not the voice we're used to. So it still feels bizarre and feels like a different character. And Rogue here, the animation just looks so off and different. I mean, her hair is lighter, her hair is straighter, and her face looks like they put Jean's face on it. So this is the episode to me that really, really highlights all the wonky animation, especially with Beast too. His face keeps morphing throughout the episode. Now, Rogue gets the call to check on this Sam Guthrie after Beast finds his story, and she says no 16-year-old boy could mind a visit from a good old southern gal. One of the few bright spots of this episode is getting to spend a lot of time with Rogue. And then we see these townspeople that have their conspiracies going about mutants. Literally, one of them is suggesting that mutants are killing the cows and it's their radiation. Now, we'll also meet this town bully, Kenny Jenkins, who, which is cool, wears a tank top that is the Punisher logo on it. So that was a cool thing to see. But then it makes me like the guy. So then I'm like, oh no, why do they have the villain with the Punisher tank on? But he's told his girlfriend is going around with Sam Guthrie, so now he's going to be after Sam. Now Rogue will meet the Guthries and introduce herself as Miss LeBeau. I'm glad they brought this back full circle at the end when Gambit says, "When's the honeymoon, Miss LeBeau?" And she says, "Not one word, swamp rat, not one word." When he finds out he used that, I thought that was great. But Sam will let Rogue know about Kirkland, and then she tells Beast, and he's like, "I never heard of anything about a mutant Peace Corps." So who they send to investigate? Gambit. And again, unfortunately, we get all this time with Gambit a lot in the show now, but it's a different voice actor, so it just feels like a different character, lacking the charm that the original Gambit had. And they're about to put a chip in his head, and he's like, "Gambit getting an upgrade?" I just love Gambit with that third person talking. But Xavier and Beast will save him just in time. But a lot of the rhythm of this episode is off too, like how quickly people appear to save people or stop people. Like we'll even see later on when the villains send out Unit 1, and he's like this big guy, looks like the Hulk almost. They just stop him immediately, and that's it. There's a lot of that in this episode. Now, the bully, Kenny, will push Sam, and someone tells him, though, that, like, hey, you know, Sam saved your dad in the mine. He just couldn't care less about that. But Sam will go for the truck as they're leaving. He just quickly changes his tune, is like, "Sam, I'm sorry." But then we'll see the mine investigates the destroyed part of the mine, and they're like, well, it must be that Guthrie boy who saved these people, which is crazy. So they're starting to rally up here, and this is when Sam, also after this incident with the bully, calls Kirkland to join his project. So the angry miners want Sam gone, and I love one guy's like, "He killed my mares," and it sounds like the South Park where they said, "They took our jobs." And then all of a sudden, just very bizarre, all the X-Men except Jubilee, for some reason, are here. They're just here ready to go. It's really not a mission that needed the whole X-Men either, but it was just so strange how they just like appeared there in the woods. And we still don't know how Jean Grey is alive. So Kirkland, we see, tells Sam that the X-Men are terrorists, but Sam doesn't believe him. Thank God. And then Kirkland sends out these flying robots to attack and battle the X-Men. And then it all just stops when Cannonball just stops the train that Kirkland's on, and he alludes to Hodge, and now he's got the Hodge vision of eliminating the X-Men as top priority, but that's really it. And then the Guthries have to pack up and move. It's not even like a solution that's a win. Like, they have to leave. They didn't even convince the mind people, like, everything's good now, like Guthrie's a hero. No, they gotta leave. So it's kind of pretty tragic for a kid's show. It's a very strange episode and might be my least favorite of the show ever. So I'm going to give this a very low score of a 4.8. I really didn't like it. It's rare I don't like an episode. There's some I think obviously are way better than others, but this is like one of the few I don't like at all. Like, it's not a good episode of this show, which is rare. So I'm giving this one a 4.8. Let me know your thoughts of it down below. Maybe you liked it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the other argument as well, or if you agree with me, I'd love to hear that too. And please hit that subscribe button and follow along on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter as well. And I'll see you next time.